90% of people have a bucket list, according to Stanford Medicine. But what about a list for if you survive? Because today I want to tell you about my anti-bucket list and how it led me to teaching accents today. So you might know I had a brain tumor. And as you can imagine, it was absolutely terrifying to get that news. And when they discovered my tumor, it was already huge, like the size of a golf ball. But the only option was surgery, and fast. So there were no time for things on my bucket list. And if you don't already know, the term bucket list comes from this euphemism to kick the bucket, which might date back to the Middle Ages when they would kick the bucket out from under your feet when they were hanging you. So tell me, what's on your bucket list? What are some experiences you want to have or places you want to go before you kick the bucket? Tell me below in the comments. So anyways, no bucket list for me. Instead, one thing that helped me mentally prepare was to make a survival list, right? The things to do and places to go if, or better yet, when, I survived the surgery so that I could focus more on hope. And one thing I did was I started knitting a blanket when I found out, specifically so that I could stop halfway through, and that way I could tell myself that I would finish it later when I recovered. And like most people, travel was at the top of my list because I had studied anthropology and archaeology, and so there were a lot of places I wanted to see. But it took almost a year of recovery and rehab before I was able to travel solo again. And the first trip I took was to Peru to see Machu Picchu. Then I went to Egypt to see the pyramids and Jordan to visit Petra. And actually, that's where I started teaching English. And I ended up getting my master's in TESOL because I loved it so much. So now I live in Mexico because I originally came to work in a school, but then I ended up loving it. And when COVID hit and the world went online, I discovered that my real talent was in teaching pronunciation and accent. And I think it's funny to look back at life's twists and turns because I'm not sure I'd be making this video right now for you if I hadn't had a brain tumor. And I wouldn't have been able to help so many people along the way. Because now I have a fantastic community of international language lovers. So if you'd like to meet me and talk about accents or travel or food or whatever, the link is down below in the description. And it's free, so why not see if we're your people? And if not, no hard feelings. And in the meantime, you could hear about how I found out I even had the tumor. It's kind of an amazing story that I'm even here today because it was such an unlikely way to find out from a job interview. So hopefully I'll see you live in my community. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.